While all the chaos and violence is going on in Israel right now, we also have the official opening of the new embassy, the U.S. embassy in Jerusalem. And Donald Trump has chosen Pastor Robert Jeffress to give the opening prayer. Robert Jeffress is a complicated figure, and he is a particularly bad guy for this particular event, and that's not a coincidence. Now, I want to give you a little bit of background on him. When this graphic comes up, it's going to look wordy. This is very much the cut down version of it, by the way, so I apologize. He's a guy with a long history, and much of it deserves to be covered in this context. Pastor Robert Jeffress runs the First Baptist Dallas megachurch in Texas, has referred to both Islam and Mormonism as, quote, a heresy from the pit of hell. He believes Islam, Mormonism, Hinduism, and Buddhism are all cults. He could expand that list, I guess, and that Catholicism represents the genius of Satan. So he's a fan of Satan. Jews, he believes, are going to hell. He says, you can't be saved by being a Jew. Islam is a religion that promotes pedophilia, sex with children, just in case they didn't know what pedophilia was. And in a statement sure to please the Israelis, he has compared the treatment of Christians in the US to the Nazis' treatment of Jews right before they launched the Final Solution program to exterminate them. Although, in his defense, Oliver North also compared the treatment by Parkland students of NRA leadership in that exact same fashion. So maybe it's just the in thing to do. It's like the galaxy brain meme. It's just having its 15 moments, you know. And so this is the guy that's giving the opening prayer. A guy that says, this is an awesome embassy amidst all of you people who are going to burn in hell for all eternity. That's a good choice.
Amongst all the wait, which people are going to burn in hell?
Well, everyone, but the Jews are going to burn in hell. They will not be saved by being Jews.
This is the strange dichotomy, which within the same block represented by megachurches are these two thoughts. One, that of course we must band together. It is the Judeo-Christian ethic, after all, standing in the face of the evil Islam and heretics without. But also it's things like freaking Jews.
Yeah.
Like these same people don't want to hang out with the Jews, but they still want to, in an onward Christian soldiers type of way, defend this bastion of the Judeo-Christian ethic as a foothold against the evil Muslims that we crusaded against when days were dope.
Yeah, sorry, while you were talking, I went to bring up Judge Jeanine Pirro, is that the Fox?
Yeah, Pirro, yeah.
Pirro, so over the weekend, she's like a news commentary person.
No.
And she went on this,
tirade?
I would say tirade, but tirade doesn't have enough of an overt religious connotation.
Crusade.
A crusade, basically. She talked about how Trump did this, okay, that's news, in fulfillment of biblical prophecy.
That's what's
And she didn't say it like, that's what he thinks. She said, this is the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. It's not the 700 Club. This is Judge Jeanine, I don't know what her name is.
I think it's Jeanine Pirro.
And I thought, I mean, maybe I'm easy to trigger on this because I'm in the middle of watching the first season of Handmaid's Tale, but I thought that's odd on a mainstream news channel. And that's the weird thing that you have, like they want this embassy there, and the evangelicals, of which Trump is trying to court, but almost certainly has nothing actually in common, they have a goal set out for the Jews and what needs to happen in Israel. I would say it's not positive for the people in that region on either side of that conflict. And that's a weird thing where they're harshly anti-Semitic and yet harsh defenders of the right-wing regime in Israel for their own personal religious political goals.
Right, because they're, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that's all it is.
You're quoting Judge Jeanine Pirro there.
I'm quoting either Judge Jeanine Pirro or the angel Gabriel because really they overlap.
There's some similarity
in terms of each other's.
I'm going to try to bring up this quote, by the way.
Well, as you're doing that, I will say that Judge Jeanine Pirro looks no further than what she thinks will rouse her audience.
And this probably will.
And that's it.
That's true.
That's
She's good
really
at this.
it. So and we get in arguments. People like you and I get in arguments with these folks who are just trying to set their fan base on fire.
Yeah.
So they can, revitalize some idea of something they lost. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think that you're wrong. They're very good at branding. This is what she said. She said, Donald Trump recognized history. He, like King Cyrus before him, fulfilled the biblical prophecy of the God worshipped by Jews, Christians, and yes, Muslims, that Jerusalem is the eternal capital of the Jewish state and that the Jewish people finally deserve a righteous, free, and sovereign Israel. And then she threw ashes in the air or something. I don't know what they do.
She's a performer.
But I thought she was supposed to be one of the more reasonable ones.
No, she is no.
I guess I don't follow her
So that's
enough.
the problem, is you just don't know her. That's why this isn't a surprise to me. She does that. That is specifically what she's there to do.
Okay.
Genie.
See, I don't
hero.
watch Fox on the weekend.
Oh no, her job is days that ended. Why? But yeah, her job is to do exactly that, and she has gained popularity. Whereas people like Shep Smith can't really bring themselves to do that kind of stuff. She has no problem lowering us up to that because she's a TV judge.